Hello and welcome to another episode of Visceral Musings. My name is Cody Reed, and it is Thursday, not Wednesday. So if you're keeping track, you know that we're a little bit behind. We hit a couple scheduling conflicts, we hit some distribution errors, but we got them all ironed out, and we are ready to boogie. My guests today are the very first threesome that I've ever had. They are the co-hosts of one of the best podcasts to ever come out of Arizona. You know them from their show, The Desert Ratz. It's Zach Perkins and Grant Becker. And boy, oh boy, did we have a great time doing this one. I can't thank them enough for inviting me into their space so that we could sit and bang this one out. We talked about the early foundation of their friendship and how it turned into a podcast. We talked about passion projects. We talked about working on cars, and we even talked about being in the military. But more so than all of that, we talked about the video game Minecraft and how it's been a staple in their friend groups for over a decade. Shout out to Grant Becker, the Neon King, for being the very first ever winner of Porn Star or Pen Name. Let's get right to it.
Like, if you want to fuck me, like, I'll let you.
Are you wet in the crotch area?
It won't make me shit my brains out afterwards.
A bathtub filled with glass.
DJ Donkey Punch.
I got real emotional there for a second.
I definitely don't know who the anal queen is, dude. Fucking left, right, and center.
And then jerk each other off.
Wow, damn, fuck.
I'm sure all of my ex-girlfriends listen to my podcast.
People fucking or like giant tits.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Visceral Musings. My name is Cody Reed, and my guests today were the first people to ever tag team me. They're the Spit Roast, or the Eiffel Tower of the Arizona podcast scene. You know them from their show, the Desert Ratz podcast. It's Zach Perkins and Grant Becker. How are you guys doing today?
Holy shit.
Doing great.
Yeah, doing great, dude.
This is a pleasure for me. It's the first ever duo I've ever had on Visceral Musings.
I'm hard right now.
Dude, this is the first time we've ever taken on a single on a different show, so this is great.
I'm like your little or something. Yeah, I like this.
Little Whitey.
My first question, circumcised?
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
Yes?
Yeah,
Yep.
was raised in a cult.
What's that? Yeah?
Yep.
Oh,
100%.
two cut bros. All right, cool.
But I'm looking to get uncircumcised.
Oh, Shola. Oh, well, are you renouncing your faith? Is that what it is, or is it just?
Yeah, all the stuff going on with the world recently. I'm going back.
You're going back, dude.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of like.
That is,
Yeah.
That is such a protest.
my parents said they still got like the cord or whatever in the freezer, so I'm just gonna go into the office with that and see if they can,
Oh, like an umbilical cord.
yeah, maybe make some magic work and get
Word.
my skin back.
You could probably make some really good soup with that if that doesn't work.
Ooh,
That could be good. One of my friends told me that his circumcision grew back.
Really?
Yes,
I think that's just a skin tag he's got on his dick. I don't think he can grow back.
like a 360 skin tag. That's pretty fucking gross. So my first question or my second question, I guess, that I like to ask a lot of people is, when you pee, are you like a pull the waistband down and flop out over the top, or are you more of like there is a small community of men that like to unzip and then like go through the window. You know what I'm talking about? Like they like to reach in and fish it out and then go through the. So how do you typically pee?
Through the window, yeah.
You pee through the window?
My pants usually aren't elastic enough to
You don't
flap over the pants.
You don't unbutton the pants and then unzip the fly?
I am fucking mesmerized. I've asked a lot of people, and you're the first. You're the first window squad.
Wait, say that again, Zach.
I'm often baffled by Grant's.
I'm gonna need like a Pictionary of this.
Okay. So you're saying the reason you pee through the window is because your pants aren't elastic enough for you to pull your dick out like without them unbuttoned and the fly unzipped.
When I go to piss, I open the fly and then I go through the underwear window.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh God. Okay. So this is so fucking exciting, dude. I've not had a window squad on the show yet. So fuck yeah. This is a first. A lot
you
of
call
firsts
it a window
today.
squad?
Flop gang or window squad?
Are you're flopping?
I'm flop gang.
Gang.
I respect window squad. I know you're not the only person I know that pees like that, but you're the only person I've had on the show so far that pees like that.
You got to deal with the button every time.
I actually okay. So I was kind of like a switch in this way that I used to when I worked in the car, like when I was selling cars, when I was like, I had to wear like dress clothes all the time.
Yeah.
Dress clothes. God fucking damn. Okay, so I used to have to like tuck my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna pee through the window because if you unbutton your shirt or unbutton your pants and you have to untuck your shirt.
Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah,
that was fucking annoying. So
yeah, I used to when I would have to be in like a dress uniform.
yeah.
Like having to wear shirt stays. I would always do. Well, I would join the window squad then. Because having to undo shirt stays every time you want to take a piss is a fucking nightmare. So.
Yeah, so I was reluctantly window squad.
That sounds cooler though, too. Window squad.
Yeah,
like it sounds like you're jumping out of a plane to go pee.
Who do we call in to kill Osama? The window squad.
Yeah. My first real question, and I guess I can ask both of you guys at the same time. Who are you and what do you do?
Should we answer at the exact same time?
Yeah, there you go. That'll be not confusing at all.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm Zach
Becker,
Perkins, and I do a podcast and take photos.
And I do a podcast.
There we go.
I like it. Yeah, that was good. That was that was very clear cut and to the point. Very circumcised answer. I like that. My third question, or I guess this is my fourth question. God damn, we're really zipping through it. How did Desert Ratz start? How did it come to be?
Okay. So the Grant and I both work at the same place. It'll rename.
Can we get a
nameless.
name and an address?
Yeah, for sure. It's called the White House.
Word.
And we're the presidents. Yeah, both of us.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, we work at the same place. I worked there, I think, a month before you got there or something like that. And then I had nobody to talk to because I was like the only not old person that got hired. And then when Grant got there, I was like, oh my God, dude, a young one. And so I went up and talked to him, and it was like 3 weeks of just like shooting the shit. And then how did I ask you?
You kept like alluding to like, oh, you listen to any podcasts? Like,
Okay.
Thoughts on Joe Rogan? You listen to any other ones? Like, podcasting's cool, right? Like, it's got to be like really cool. And then finally, you like hit me with that question of like, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Like, I don't know. Would you want to be like on it? Like,
Yeah.
like part of the podcast?
I social engineered him to want to be in a podcast. I was like, I just every so often I would drop it into conversation.
You're just like planting seeds.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You ever take DMT? I figured that's what he's walking around asking you.
Yeah, no, yeah. We became friends, and then I was like, yeah, you got nothing better to do? Cool. Let's do a pod. And then it was funny. Like, so we started it, and then we didn't hear this whole podcast rule thing of like, most podcasts don't survive, but like until like most of them die by episode 8 or whatever.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we didn't hear that until like what 30, 40 episodes in. We were like, that's a thing.
I didn't know that. Well, you guys are season 2, episode 3. The reason I block them into seasons is just to like, I block them into 10 episode bricks so that I can kind of like keep track of like going back and looking, like even if you start like from this episode right now and then go to like season 1, episode 3, quote unquote season, it's like, it's just been a massive like uptick in quality and like just equality is like sound wise quality and like who I'm talking to and how I'm talking to them, that kind of thing.
And like 23 would be too hard to really get that out of.
Yeah. But I didn't know that the rule of 8, that's kind of
Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, something people tell themselves to feel better at night about their podcast only got to episode 7 or something. But because Grant, like, did you ever there's never been a point where it's been like, oh man, we both just don't want to do it anymore. Like, it's just we just meet up and just shoot the shit like we normally would anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have this benefit too of like when you don't have someone else down, they're still you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you get to just sit and talk to your buddy. When I don't have a guest, I have to do it by myself. And it's a lot harder, like to sit and like riff with myself. So I was like, I don't know. I've only done it twice, though. Luckily,
role play as being an only child for like an hour.
Yeah,
just hanging out with. Do you want to describe what our original setup was like? Because it's not this fancy.
Oh no, we're working with some real nice stuff now. But when we first started, I'd like a microphone when I was in my gaming days.
Oh, really?
Because I couldn't be on just like the headset microphone. I wanted to be coming in crisp to like the 3 people that I was talking to on like Skype.
Yeah.
So I got the Blue Snowball microphone. So when it was like we need some type of audio thing to do our podcast on, I was like, dude, I got a set. Come over to my place. I got the Blue Snowball microphone. I'll dig it out of storage. And he was like, well, we both need one. I was like, no, we can just both talk into one.
Is that how you did it?
Dude, we turned the snowball mic sideways so that we could both lean into it and talk at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually kind of adorable,
We're
though.
practically making out every episode.
Yeah.
And now you actually do after the episode, though.
Yeah, as a celebratory, like, hey, great episode.
I like that. Yeah, that's cool. I was thinking of like a Rhett and Link type vibe. They usually have like on their desk, their mic is just one like big ass condenser mic that they just throw in the center,
Jesus.
Whoa.
and that's picking both of them up at the same time.
But it's probably some like $40,000
Oh
Sennheiser.
fuck yeah! It's a massive one.
Yeah, mounted to a skateboard. Yeah.
I was wondering when
Snowball.
who are your like you were saying that he was bringing you all these ideas for like a podcast. What were your actual like influences?
For the pod?
Yeah.
To be totally honest, did we ever like directly
I
say
mean,
if
like,
we were
what made you want to like start the podcast? Was there like one that you were listening to at the time that was like, oh, I want to do this of my own?
It wasn't necessarily that I was like listening to any one particular. It was more like so I had originally tried to start a podcast like back in high school because I've been a loser since the dawn of time.
Yeah, you were like fuck sex. Like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
this is for me.
Yeah, and all the ladies at school were also like, "Yeah, fuck sex with Zach. That's not ever gonna happen."
Oh, did you hear he has a podcast?
Yeah, dude, I'm wet. That's fucking crazy. But I tried to start one, and I just remembered it being like a lot of fun. Like I just really enjoyed it, and like growing up, my dad was obsessed with talk radio, and so I always listened to that growing up.
Lots of tinfoil hats and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. He loves
The Bill
conspiracies.
O'Reilly. No, not Bill O'Reilly. What's the fuck his dude? He died of cancer. Rush Limbaugh. That was his name. Yeah.
A lot of Howard Stern too, and this other dude, the Phil Collins show. But just my whole life, I've just always been like in love with just like having fun conversations with people.
Yeah.
And then I was listening to some podcasts, and I was getting along with Grant really well, and I was like, man, this would be a lot of fun just to do a show with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I can finally like have someone to talk to.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Jesus,
24. Okay.
can't ask a man that, dude.
I apologize.
Yeah, it's not just for ladies.
Yeah, you look great for 24.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I thought you were younger. Actually, I thought you were 22 for some reason
All right.
in my mind, which is not that like far out. I was gonna bring up. I didn't write this down, but it's fucking hard to make friends in your 20s, like meaningful friendships. It's hard to meet somebody in your 20s sometimes, especially like because you're creeping up to your like mid 20s. We're in like our quote unquote late 20s.
And I look great for my age too.
Yes. I'm glad you said it, so I didn't. Have to.
yeah, someone's got
the
it.
Freaking late, like emphasis on the late over on Zach's side.
That's my comedic timing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where it went.
What about you? Did you have any like influences, like solid influences that you were trying to like not trying to draw from, but just like because when I wanted to do Visceral Musings, my influences were not really podcasts.
Yeah.
But a lot of the things that I was interested in didn't really translate to any other platform, really. Like, I was really big into, like, Billy on the Street and, like, Rapid, like, because he does Quizzed in the Face and stuff like that. I always wanted to do that. Like, I wanted to just catch people off guard. I was into Impractical Jokers. I mean, I like a lot of, like, Your Mom's House. I love Kill Tony and stuff like that. But it wasn't really, like, an influence to me because a lot of the time it's the same fucking people that are just rotating and like kind of whoring around each other's shows. Like if it's Bad Friends or Your Mom's House or Bertcast or fucking what's it called? The fucking Theo Von show. It's the same fucking people all over the place. Like Whiskey Ginger.
Little click.
Yeah. So it's not always interesting to me.
It's also ruining their future stand-up specials because they're not nearly as funny when all they do is their bits that they were trying out on the podcast.
Yeah, I saw somebody like that. I read their book and then I went and watched him at the Improv like really intimate small show, a huge comedian, really small intimate show. But I already read their book, and they were telling stories from their book on stage. Yeah, and I was
boring.
like, yeah, it was a little bit boring. But Grant, you just graduated from ASU, so congratulations.
Thanks, man.
What was your degree in?
Fine arts, specialized in photography.
Oh, okay. I wanted to know. So I have individual questions. So we'll get back. You can like cuck chair type situations.
Okay.
Yeah, we got you have like a fixation or like a fascination with neon lights.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I mean, I've always been interested in lights in general. Like Zach can confirm. When I first got my like place of my own out here in Arizona, I started just hooking up as many like LED strips and like Christmas lights as I could all around the place. Because I'm also a very big advocate against overhead lighting. I think it just looks disgusting. Yeah. So any type of like ambient lighting or like colored lighting that you can do, like I feel like brings up the mood of a place. And so when I found out that like at ASU they have a neon course and you can make your own neon light, I was already like, fuck, that's cool. And growing up in Las Vegas, the city of neon lights, that's what
I was going to circle back to.
I'm also like seeing that everywhere. So I'm like, well, I can make my own type of sign. Which is what I went into the course like going, you know, you think you're going to make your own sign.
Yeah.
And the professor starts it off like, we're not making fucking signs. We're here to make fucking art.
Oh, shit. Yeah. That's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
How did you get it onto, you had it on your grad cap, right?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
You know, measuring the cap and then, you know, making a template for the G that I put on the cap out of neon. And then I had some real ghetto ass like wires coming down through the top and disguised in my hair, coming under my shirt. And then I had a fanny pack with like a laptop battery and the transformers plugged in there. This thing is like heating up my crotch the entire ceremony.
Damn.
I'm just sitting there like, oh.
That is worth the future tumors, I think.
It was worth everyone being like, I saw that red light down there. That was you, right? And I'm like, yeah.
So you do photography too, right?
Yeah.
And so it was neon, so like that retro future type shit. Was that like where the photography fixation came from? Like where you were like, I want to take a picture of this, like this sign or something like that?
I think my interest in photography and neon kind of stem from different directions. But like neon scene, like big in photography, it looks cool in photos. You can use the ambient light that comes off it in portraits, and you know, you got cool reflecting lights coming off people's faces and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that neon draws people's attention, they love to look at pretty lights, and then you put it on top of your pretty photo and you kind of get a dual effect.
Yeah, I used to work at this teriyaki grill when I was like out of high school for a little bit. I'm sure you came. I think you did come there actually, Zach, when we
in the bathroom. Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, when you came home from the military, I was still working there.
Yeah, and you saluted me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I worked for a living as a sergeant. No.
Well, he was saluting because he's the teriyaki master.
Oh yeah, I bowed to you.
Yeah, I expected you to bow.
Yeah, I was like, my bad, sorry, sir.
Where I come from, this is respect, but yeah.
But no, I visited you at the teriyaki grill. We shot like a little short film.
Oh God, fucking damn it! Yes, we did. I actually brought this up I had Josh Reedhead on the podcast about like 2 episodes ago, and I told him about it afterwards. I was like, Zach and I did a short film, and he's like, I have to fucking see this film. I hope you know that. Well, that actually kind of helps me segue right over to Zach. Is you did not go to ASU, but you learned photography, like technicalities of photography through the military, right?
Sort of. So I was already doing photography and filmmaking. Like technically, I started doing that like in middle school. But like from a professional standpoint, yeah, like that would have been like my actual film school outside of high school was through the Army. And
it was your job too, right? Okay.
Yeah, combat cameraman.
So does you guys both have like a mutual love, or like I guess it's because photography is like you guys have a lot of passion projects, is what it seems like. You have like the Desert Ratz podcast is like a passion project. Then like photography is a passion project. Neon is a passion project. So I always wondered, like when you are because you're so big into like photography and videography, and you're really big into photography, do those things ever like coalesce, or is there ever like a collaboration that's outside of the podcast that's like you guys mutually fuck with each other on like the photography world?
Yeah, we've gone to a couple places together and like just fucked around, shot photos. For his graduation, as a graduation gift, I made him like a little video.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for the podcast, I've made a couple of like more edited stuff. Like for our 1-year anniversary, I made like a really edited video where we went through and showed like all of our thumbnails as it scrolled through a TV.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then Grant has been doing the reels lately and editing those, where he like grabs like AI images to go with whatever we're talking about.
Yeah.
In our little like 1-minute segments that we cut out of each episode.
Have you guys ever had to scrap an episode? You don't have to be specific.
Do you want to talk about this one, or should I?
Like the one that was recently scrapped.
Shit, recent.
The one and only.
Yeah, there was a recent episode that was scrapped, and I wasn't even a part of this episode, but there were a lot of unplanned for expectancies with guests being late and just unprofessionalism that led to the episode just kind of tumbling and crashing and burning the longer that it was recorded. Mm-hmm. That Zach had me listen to about 30 minutes of it, and I was like, okay, we're gonna have to do another one.
Yeah.
Was that your plan B on this one?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, contraceptive Cody.
I do remember that.
Contraceptive.
That was good. I haven't used that one. I've used the C word a lot, C-section, whatever, but I've never heard contraceptive Cody. That was pretty good.
I showed that video, that episode to Grant, and I was like, yeah, call me crazy, but we should delete this, right?
I've had to scrap one.
Oh, was it like?
It was an interview.
Oh, so it was because of an interview.
It was the content of the interview. Oh, no. And like I remember after like I got done with it, I was like, I think that was okay. Like, right? And then I started thinking about it and I was like, I don't know if it was as good as I thought it was. And then I went back and listened to it and I was like, definitely no one needs to fucking hear this. Like it is. So I actually got a hold of the person that was on it and I was like, listen, man, I can't put this shit out for X, Y, and Z reasons.
Yeah. Told him the truth.
Oh yeah, I long page of like what actually happened, and I was like, so I don't know. I think we need to recalibrate on this one. But Zach, how did you get into stand-up comedy?
The fake story is that I always wanted to be a comedian as a child, and then one day I got the gumption and I decided to do it. The real story, yeah. The real story is I'd always wanted to be a comic as a kid, but then never had the balls to do it. And like a week or two after breaking up with my then most long-term girlfriend, I got absolutely shit-faced at a bar and saw a flyer for an open mic that was going to be there like that night. And I went, okay.
What?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, sorry. I saw a flyer for an open mic that was there, but like it was not that night. It was like a couple days or like a day later or some shit. Because part of it is I showed up. I had to go straight from work, and work at the time was the Pentagon. So I was in.
Yeah, you might have heard of it.
I wasn't in like my fucking like military uniform, but I was in like a suit and tie and shit. And I was like, fuck, dude, I'm running late. Like I had to go straight from work to the fucking open mic because people said that they were gonna go to support me, and no one fucking showed up except for one of my friends.
Should have put your tie on the side of your head.
Yeah. But I looked like a total dipshit my first time going up. Like everybody was in street clothes, and I rocked up in a fucking suit and tie. And then like a dumbass, when the host was like, "Is there any newbies or first timers?" I raised my hand, and he was like, "Oh, great." Guess what?
The cop. The cop's gonna try comedy.
He's like, "You're going up first." And no, he put me up like middle of the pack. But when he announced me, he was like, "Don't worry, bro, I got you. First timer, like I'll take care of you." And I was like, "Okay, I believe you, even though I shouldn't." He said, "Now coming up to the stage, one of my longtime friends. I've been doing stand up with him for like 6 years. He absolutely crushes it. Zach Perkins."
God damn it!
Yeah, dude.
That's so right. You saw my first time.
I never told you this.
No, man.
Oh fuck, man.
I think I got the fucking fake shit.
No, what did I tell you?
That you finally got the gumption or whatever to do.
Yeah, no.
Oh man.
Well, because the real story is like so lame. It's just like the classic like, yeah, and then something bad happened, and then I said, maybe I will fucking do the one thing I've always wanted
Yeah.
to do.
No,
Like,
that's
it's
like the
fucking
hero
dumb.
story of like.
Well, there's a Charles Bukowski line about that, kind of, where he says, to gain perspective, stand on ledges. And that's fucking terrifying, because, like, the first time that I did stand-up was because I was sitting at my fucking house, had been drinking. This was after I moved to the Valley.
Yeah.
This was in maybe like mid to late December of last year, because I have only started in January. And, yeah, we were sitting there watching Kill Tony, and then I watch comedy all the time. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do, is like just sit, study, and watch these guys. And I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I was like, I wonder where there's an open mic. And I was like sifting through all these places, and I found one, and I was like, I think I'm going to go on Tuesday night. And then my girlfriend was like, are you fucking crazy? And I was like, no, I'm going to go. She's like, okay, good luck. She's like, I wouldn't fucking do that, but have fun. So I did go, and then you were there.
Yeah,
And I didn't go up. I pussed out. And then I went the next time, and then I went up.
I thought I did see you go up that night, though, didn't you?
Is that the first time? Or this is at Casey's Woodshed?
Yeah, Casey's Woodshed, you didn't go up. But then when you went to Pick Your Poison, you did.
No, my first time was at... No, I guess it was that night. Was at Casey's.
So maybe you went like a night previous when I wasn't there and you didn't go up or something. 'Cause
No.
I thought I saw you go up.
You did.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember this because you were talking to Sarah, was running the mic that night. And yeah, holy shit. So yeah, you totally were there. That was the first time I went
Dude,
up,
such
and I bombed.
such an unfortunate like amount of. I mean, I guess technically fortunate because it was great to run into you and see you again. But in terms of like, for somebody that you know, like to show up at your open mic, like that was the first time in months I had ever gone to Casey's Woodshed. I don't even know why I went.
Yeah, it's so hard because granted, most bars are going to be like not always ideal for comedy because like a lot of people are there just like drinking or watching some game or some shit. But like Casey's is different because they're playing music. There's people talking loud.
There's
like
two pool tables and a dartboard.
Yeah, and like it's an awkward setup. Like I don't know.
There's arcade games right behind you that are actively like playing noise and shit.
How do you guys not know that your friend was gonna be at Casey's?
So I didn't talk to Zach.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no. My brother was staying with me from Germany, and I told him, I was like, I really want to go try stand-up comedy, and he was like, I'll go with you. So I dragged my little brother with me, he was supposed to sign up and go up too, but he wouldn't do it. So I guess maybe I went to one other mic. No, that was the first time I ever went. I did sign up and I did do it. God damn. I have a video of it too.
And you had a good set, at least in my opinion. Like it wasn't bad, especially for a first timer. Dude, most first timer sets are like nobody even pays attention. Like it's just dead silent.
I think I had the benefit of like playing music for so long that I wasn't uncomfortable to at least be behind the microphone and in front of people.
Nah, dude, if you get a single laugh at Woodshed, you might as well count that as I murdered.
Yeah, that's the same as like having a successful special, basically. Grant,
Yeah.
you're a big car guy.
Yep.
Okay, how did you get into cars?
Let's see. There was this kid in my high school that had gotten a Miata, and at first I was like, why? He was very obsessed with it. I was like, why is he so obsessed with it? And the more that I like became intrigued with why this guy's so obsessed with it, I actually became obsessed with it as well. And I was like, damn, I want to get one of these too. So I started watching videos on YouTube of other people driving around Japanese cars like that. And I was like, all right, that does it. When I was 18, I flew out to California after having like learned stick in a parking lot for an hour and flew out alone, met this guy, bought his Miata for like $4,000 and then drove it back to Vegas for like 5 hours alone on the freeway, like learning it. And then after that, it was like anything to do with cars. I like.
God damn. That's actually that's a manly ass story though.
Dude, yeah, learned stick shift for an hour in a parking lot.
God damn.
Some Ryan Gosling drive shit right there.
Yeah.
And then I drove for 5 hours on the freeway.
Stalled once. Everyone's fucking slamming the horn at me. I'm like,
When did you stall?
like stop and go traffic.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Did,
like
an
on the
hour and a half
freeway.
of it.
Oh, that's got to be the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, even just like being in a stick shift and like in really shitty rush hour traffic is already terrible, and then to be a first time, first time you've ever actually done it. So the reason why I asked this question is because you guys are both into creative endeavors, like if it's neon photography, yada yada, so on and so forth. So I want to know, what do you think your girlfriend would say is the most obnoxious or annoying thing that you do, or I guess irritating thing that you do at home?
Me?
Both of you.
Oh,
this
man.
is a question for both of you guys.
I think I know my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. I just acquire and procure a lot of like video and photography shit, whatever piece of equipment, you name it, I fucking look for it and have it. And
Like this box over here?
there's a lot and it's hard to organize. And there's the entire kitchen table is just full of like cameras,
Yeah,
shitty
no,
cameras that aren't worth anything. Just in
I'm
case
sure,
anyone's
yeah.
wondering.
But she loves it, I'm sure. She loves
Yeah, she probably loves it yeah.
Yeah, I think my girlfriend definitely fucking hates the house being full of my shit. Like, I have so many like collectibles and things that I've just like gotten throughout the years, whether it's religious shit, music shit. There's a lot of music shit. Our room is turned into like a podcast setup. So like, and I sit in there for hours and fuck with my stuff. So Grant?
When I become obsessed with like a project or something, I usually will like drop everything to go after this one project. And I feel like everything else in my life like slips away.
Yeah.
And so messes just like build up all over my place.
Oh,
in
man.
combo with like the two of you guys always having like stuff like lying around like that you pick up and like novelties and that sort of thing. Like those are also building up all around.
It's funny how similar, like, because I feel like being creative is just like whenever you have something that's like creative, it's like so consuming. Anything that you do, like where you're like passionate about it, where you get started on it, because like one of the things that I've noticed too is like if you don't start working on things like while you want to work on them, like when the mood strikes, it'll pass. If you don't like hone in on it or like jump on it, it fucking passes.
Yeah, and it's
So-
something that you'll justify to no end.
Yeah.
Like something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, and then you kind of have to like find people that are willing to work with that, especially if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody long term where they have to walk around your shit and you have to get locked into fucking staring at a screen for hours on end or whatever the fucking case may be.
Yeah, I had a bathtub sitting in our living room for like a month. A very fragile bathtub filled with neon, and that we both reached our wits' end of that. Just like
What a
having to
fucking
be careful walking around just the living room.
what a saw game of a centerpiece, dude. A bathtub filled with glass and chemicals.
Very fragile bathtub.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
You want to watch TV, but you don't want to die.
what do I have?
Tread carefully.
So this is I have two questions left before
Okay.
we take what is called the potty break. So I want each of your individual answers on this one. So whenever somebody listens to the podcast, when they're listening to Desert Ratz, what is it that you hope for or that you want them to have as like a takeaway from whatever they just listened to?
Oh, am I going first?
I can go. I'm ready. I feel like I got two things. One, I want them to like reference like something they heard in the podcast to someone else.
Yeah.
And, like either tell someone like a new story or fact they heard.
Yeah.
Or just like a funny like encounter. And the second is like wherever they're listening to, if it's like somewhere quiet or somewhere where they're like alone, but so like someone else can like see them, I want like them to at least like once like let out like a laugh that people like look over at the guy like, what the fuck's his fucking deal?
I guess for my takeaway or what I want people to take away from an episode, it kind of depends on like whatever the topic for that episode is. Like if we cover more like, conspiracy theory, sort of like crazy out there shit, I want them to take away just something funny, like some sort of like, funny new little stupid factoid about a conspiracy that they could share to their friends. Or if it's like just a purely comedic based episode, then yeah, like it would be nice if they took away, some little line that one of us said, that they repeat to their friends or whatever.
Yeah, I like that. I like that it's kind of cool because I don't often have like two people that I can just like readily get a hold of that are both passionate about the same thing at the same time. A lot of the time it's like a passing thing. What's that fucking Family Guy episode? The Passing Fancy.
The passing fancy.
I got a two-parter for you. So the first part of this is, if you guys were to make love, who's the top and who's the bottom? Or is it just a classic salad toss-up of switches?
Is the top the fucker or the fucky?
Fucker.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'll be the bottom.
I felt like you were going to say that because I watched you make solid eye contact with him, like because you like looked at him for like approval.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if you want to fuck me, like I'll let you.
But I don't. I don't.
Come on, man.
Dude, I just want to have like a nice conversation where we sit back, maybe have a couple glasses of wine.
And then jerk each other off.
Yeah, you know.
Listen up some, man.
Like good classic Americans, okay?
Yeah.
You know, a good goon sesh.
Just
Yeah.
like our grandfathers used to do.
Yeah.
So my second part to that question would be, if you guys were porn stars, what would your porn star or your stage name, quote unquote, what would that be?
I feel like you probably... I have no answer ready for this right now. I need a second.
Okay.
Like
Can I give you the obvious ones?
yeah.
Okay, here's what I got.
Okay.
Pulls out the list.
I got Zach Perkins
Okay.
and Grant Pecker.
Ah.
But the whole reason why I asked you this question is so we can transition into a game show segment.
Name me after the guy that died in the Death Star run.
That's right.
It's time for Porn Star or Pen Name. America's #1 game show, hosted by me, Cody Reed. The rules are simple. I'm going to read our contestants a series of names, and they have to guess, does it belong to a porn star, or is it just a regular old pen name? Alrighty, folks, let's get right back to this episode of Visceral Musings.
Think you got it?
Deal.
All right, cool. And the winner gets an extravagant prize for the second half of the episode.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, that's all the incentive you need. So let's get started. I guess I should also preface
Can
with
I
saying,
fuck the prize?
if one of us holds either end of it into like a taco formation, I think you could.
Double incentive. Okay.
An Eiffel Tower situation, yeah.
Nice.
So like Stephen King, he put out books as Richard Bachman. So kind of like that. Just kind of keep that in mind.
Let me
Okay.
snick it.
So number 1, we have Sharon Needles.
Pen name.
It was either what pen name or
Porn star.
Okay, porn star.
It's basically like porn star or pseudonym.
I'm gonna say porn star.
You are right. Grant's
name?
right. Yes. Sharon Needles, that is a drag queen, and their real name is Aaron Robert Cody.
Sharon Needles, dude. That is a fucking awesome, ironic name.
It's
I
a
love it.
doozy of it. That was actually one of the first ones I ever remembered from watching RuPaul's.
Sharon Needles.
2, we have B.F. Cocker. B.F. Cocker.
Pen name.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pen name.
That's right. It's Benjamin Franklin. You guys might have heard of him before.
Man.
What the fuck was this when he was? Was this the name he would use to write to like the different French women of the night that he was
Probably.
fucking left, right, and center?
Yeah, this is that's B.F. Cocker.
That's incredible, dude.
Number 3, Tom Wanks.
Okay, that's totally a porn name.
You said Winks?
Tom Wanks.
Oh yeah, porn name.
Yes, that's a porn star. Number 4, we have Tess Tickle.
Man, this is such a fucking like red herring of a. Because it could be a porn star, but that's too obvious.
Pen name.
You think pen name?
I think it's a trick question.
Okay, well I gotta just to make it interesting, I'm gonna go porn star.
Drag queen.
Okay.
So
But
you
do
were
they-
kind of right. I did kind of bait you a little bit with that one.
But have they ever done porn?
Oh, that's a great question. That
'Cause
kind of
then-
does. Then you guys would both technically get it. Number 5, we have John Cusack.
Porn name.
Porn name.
Correct. John Cusack.
Please tell me that he's done like porn parodies of his film of John Cusack's films.
You know, I didn't do a lot of deep diving into them after I figured out that they were.
For you, don't.
Yeah, we'll
trust
find
me.
out.
I'm gonna do the research tonight.
Yeah, we'll have a follow up to that one.
I'm gonna be playing Careless Whisper with me next to my balls tonight.
Number 6, we have Ginger Vitus.
My dentist called you? What's going on? What
Ginger
Porn
Vitus.
name. Porn name.
pen name?
Oh, porn star.
Yes.
There we go.
That's definitely got to be like a ginger that's like, I'm rocking it.
Why would they name the? Who wants to fuck gum disease? Like what the fuck?
Bro, I don't know. There's a market for everything. Everybody fucks funny. So that number 7, we have Chuck Tingle. Chuck Tingle.
I'm gonna go pen name.
Pen name.
Pen name. That is an author. He writes books. I should have written down some of the names to some of these books that this dude comes up with. But he basically writes kind of like erotic fan fiction into long form novels. And he was on Tosh.0 like several times.
He's a Reddit mod.
Yeah, and he'll sit and write the books. They're like published. They got like hardcovers and shit. Number 8, Diamond Stud.
Porn name.
Poor name.
That is WWE Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but it's WD superstar Scott Hall.
A wrestler?
Yeah, it's a wrestler.
Does he do porn?
I don't remember what this was from. He did. I think it was a DJ name. Like he did DJ sets under the name Diamond Stud with 2 Ds.
Was this before or after? Because like, why not just use your wrestling name?
Exactly. His name's. He goes by Scott Hall. He's kind of like a Chris Jericho kind of situation.
It's just so funny. Like, oh, the name everyone knows you by, and you're super famous. Yeah, don't use that one to, advertise your DJ career.
So let me point this out too. There was one person that I wrote down, and you'd have to know who. I only knew who Sasha Grey. I don't really like porn stars.
Yeah.
To be real, like I've never been like.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely watched porn.
Dude, I don't know Sasha Grey either.
That's who I was gonna say.
I've never heard of
I was
her.
about to say Sasha Grey. So Sasha Grey actually one time was a DJ, and her name was just DJ Sasha Grey.
Ah.
So, yeah, there you go. Let's see. Number 9, we have Tammy Salami.
Okay, could this be a pen name for someone that writes erotic books?
It could be.
I'm gonna go that
Porn
pen
name.
name.
Porn name.
Fuck.
All right. And then we have one last one, and it is DJ Donkey Punch. And I want you to really think about this one. DJ Donkey Punch.
I think this is one of those Brazilian dance moves. I'm gonna go porn name.
Okay.
It's some fucking stupid ass author.
It is not, but it is Danny Masterson, disgraced actor who is currently in jail for being a rapist and a piece of shit.
Buddy.
He was a DJ under the name DJ Donkey Punch. Alrighty, so concludes the first half of Visceral Musings. When we come back, we're going to be talking about Minecraft.
Hello and welcome to another potty break, and thank you guys so much for checking out this week's episode of Visceral Musings. Whether you're a first-time listener or you've been around the block with us a few times, here is where I'm going to beg and plead with you to leave us a 5-star review on whatever streaming platform you so choose to get your podcast from. Whether it's Spotify, or whether it's Apple Podcasts, or even Amazon, or maybe you're just listening for free on YouTube, which is exactly what I would do. Those likes, subscriptions, and reviews have helped this page and this podcast grow exponentially over the last couple weeks, and it's all because of listener engagement, so I cannot thank you enough. Also, with that being said, if you're not listening to the Desert Ratz podcast, then what the actual goddamn fuck are you doing? Because I can't recommend highly enough to go back and look at their body of work. It's almost 100 episodes, 2 of which I've had the privilege of being a guest on, and these 2 guys were instrumental in me starting my own show, and I can't thank them enough. Anyway, I think that might be enough dick riding, so let's get back to it.
Alrighty, today's topic is the 1925 autobiographical manifesto from the anti-Semitic former dictator of Germany, the literal Führer himself, Adolf Hitler. We're talking about Mein Kampf, which I found so interesting that I could find 2 people at the same time that both give a shit about Mein Kampf.
Yeah. You got that right.
Today's topic is the world building video game Minecraft. And I just want to point out real quick, before we get super started, that Grant,
Yeah.
you won the game show segment.
Yeah.
By pretty
I thought
much.
you'd forgotten.
No.
Okay.
Pretty much cleaned up on it. So I wanted to, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for participating. And also, this is your wonderful prize from winning porn star pen name.
I cannot wait to see this.
Fuck yeah, man.
Dude.
There we go.
That fucking, you look like you're from the future with that fucking Minecraft hat on.
Yeah, I fucking am, man.
Yeah, for people that can't see it, it is a Justice Minecraft girls hat. Yeah, collab of the century, honestly, and it fits you well. So
Beautiful.
When you guys reached out, when I reached out to Zach and I kind of pitched this idea, it is kind of difficult sometimes to pick a topic because there's so many things that are there's a lot of things that people enjoy that are kind of ingrained into their DNA or whatever. And then he hit me back and was like, we got the topic. It's Minecraft. So my first question is, do you think more virgins have enjoyed Minecraft or Mein Kampf? Because it's got to be close.
Oh, man. Well, I got to say at this point, probably since Minecraft has been out, it's got to be more virgins. Because there was only so many Nazis.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they all died for their country, so you know
Right.
they died virgins for
And
sure.
Minecraft doesn't have the Ender Dragon.
It doesn't have the Ender Dragon. No, it has the Holocaust,
That is true.
which probably is just as bad. I would imagine.
It's
Ender Dragon's fucking
I mean,
scary.
it's a toss up for me, honestly, which is worse. I actually wanted to go with I wanted to get a fedora because I thought I'd be I think I like it.
I think I'm ready to talk about Minecraft today.
Dedicated wham.
Talking about Minecraft, not Roblox.
Oh yeah. How much dedicated wham do you need to want us over?
Are you wet? Have you seen the one where the guy's like, "Are you wet in the crotch area?"
Oh my god.
Now I am.
Okay, so
That absolutely works. Pro tip, if you say that to a lady, 100% that'll work.
hey kitten.
Oh. Will you purr for me?
All right, so my real question for you is, why do you give such a shit about Minecraft? And you guys can take it however you want.
You want to go first?
I mean, like in the beginning, it was just fun. It was new territory. It was unlike anything you've ever played before, but simple. And then, I think as it grows in you, as time goes by, then the nostalgia factor comes in, and then it gets even more like your memories toward to grow even more fonder.
Yeah.
That was like fucking great. My answer is gonna be so
I got
fucking
real emotional there
stupid
for a
compared to this.
second.
God damn it!
He
Yeah,
is crying. Yeah, he
That
is
was a
crying.
beautiful poetic answer. It was like a haiku. So the reason I got into it, when the game came out, I had seen like a bunch of YouTube videos on it, and I just thought it was interesting, but I didn't have like a PC or anything. But then I saw one of my buddies. I went over to his place, and he was showing me the Redstone update had just come out, and he was showing me like a lamp that he built. And he was like, "Yeah, dude, in this game, I press this button and that light turns on." And I was like, "This is a game where you can just you can you can build like electrical systems into a house that you build. That's crazy." And then from that point, I was like, I think I got it on a laptop on like a super early version. Started playing it. Yeah.
Have you always been like that? Like big into video games, or was it like?
No, I've been I've been a pretty big like video game head, nerd, geek, loser, virgin, whatever, for a long time.
It's funny whenever we go back on stuff like this, like because you and I have known each other for a long time, but we didn't know each other. Like we weren't like
we hadn't
super
fucked
close.
yet. Yeah,
that's true. I didn't get to know your body or how it was going to respond to touch
I hadn't
or anything. like
felt
that.
the supple touch of your skin.
Right.
Yeah.
And now it's to the point now where I'm like, I tell you when you need to get a mole checked out. It's a really like a symbiotic parasite relationship. I like it.
Yeah. Second man to ever look at my asshole.
That's true. First to ever taste it. What about? So I did want to know. This game launched because we're a little bit older than you. So this game launched for us around like junior high school era. I think because I read it was like 2009, but like actually came out in 2011, which would have been like our freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
So how many hours do you think you clocked in back then? Back when we had no responsibility, all you had to do was just get up and go to school.
Is this just like a me question, or is this?
It's
for
both
of
you
us?
guys, yeah.
I'd probably say like 5,000.
Fucking A, dude! Holy shit!
Because I've been into games before that with like Nintendo shit, and I was into games after Minecraft, but I clocked 1,000, like 1,500 hours on CS:GO and like 1,000 hours on GTA Online. And those games they feel like little blips in my game history compared to Minecraft.
Wow.
I hope I don't like step on a future question.
No,
but
go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, did you get were you just doing straight vanilla Minecraft, or were you like modding it?
Like buddies and I would make like bucket servers with plugins. We'd hop on to like other servers. I'd do single player in the beginning for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would barely fucking mod it. Yeah, that's wild, dude. You guys were running whole servers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
Sick.
expect that either.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Just like little servers that like everyone in like the friend group and stuff would like hop on. Like they didn't have things like the realms and all the shit that they have now, where you can pay like subscription model and have
Yeah.
a server all your homies can come play on.
Right.
Oh yeah, whatever came after the bees update is like I stopped playing after that.
Stop like actively playing.
Yeah, I'll hop on every now and then. I don't know, how do you put it? I think you put it, Grant, before.
Oh yeah, that every friend group has like that 2-week period where they all get back into Minecraft and
Yeah.
like get big into it, and they're like, yeah, it's like the Minecraft phase is back and the nostalgia, and you all build bases and you make a town and shit, and then 2 weeks goes by and it's like, you want to hop on the server? It's like, nah, I'm doing something else. And then that doesn't come around for like another year.
Yeah, for me, it's I don't have any friends, but it was it was Plants vs Zombies.
Oh man,
I had a job doing loans, like title loans, and I was big into Plants vs Zombies when it first like dropped, and then
Damn, dude, you were doing title loans and you're like, man, I don't have any friends.
yeah, where did I go wrong? And then I'm sitting there playing Plants vs Zombies. I didn't have time to. I had two. Okay, so I'll get back to this because I still want to know your answer. But one of the big things, like, because I'm not a huge video game guy, but I do have a Game Boy Advance SP, like the kind of like the laptop looking one. So I had my iPad with Plants vs Zombies going, and I'm supposed to be highlighting these names off this fucking list of people that I'm supposed to be doing like basically cold calls to, and I had my iPad set up and I'm got my shit going, like actively playing it, and then I had my Pokemon. I'm a big fan of Pokemon Sapphire, so I had it set up with my I had them both next to each other. And this was how I was, quote unquote, working a lot of the time. I got my shit done, but most of my day was doing that. Anyway, how many hours do you think you clocked on Minecraft back in the day?
Back in like PC days, it definitely wasn't that much, or laptop days, because it was like my mom's laptop, so I couldn't exactly just hop on whenever I wanted. But when it came out on, was it either 360 or PS4? When it came out on console first,
Yeah.
And I could start playing with my friends on console, then it was like every day the second I got home from school. So probably at least for 4 years straight, fucking, I don't know, maybe 1,000 at least, maybe 2,000 hours max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny when you said back in like the PC days, I was going to make a joke, but about it being politically correct instead. Like it was the same, just we didn't say the N-word. But
Yeah, dude, they
same
removed,
as it is now, we just didn't say the N-word.
they took out all the Justin Trudeau blackface skins.
the H word back then. Hero Brian.
Oh, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Those were my fucking nostalgia days for Minecraft, when my friends and I were like, what we would watch the fucking Hero Brian videos, like I totally saw him. Look, if you look at these 2 pixels way off in this 480p video, that is him right there. And then we would spook ourselves and shit. And just, oh man, hunting for Hero Brian with my friends. Some of the funnest memories I have.
Were you around during the? It was mostly, I think it was like a Reddit trend, and like again, I'm kind of reaching on this one, but it was like they would say things that could get you like in trouble, but then they would say like in Minecraft. So yeah, they would say shit like I'm gonna bomb the junior high down the road in Minecraft. Yeah.
I remember that starting as like. That originally started as like a Twitch, like a live streaming thing to get around saying like, oh, like kill yourself.
In Minecraft.
Yeah. And then that eventually, somebody, I don't know if it was the U.S. government or somebody somewhere passed an actual law that said that like that doesn't count. Like you can't, we know, yeah, like if you're saying like, you know, kill yourself and then ... and then adding some phrase to, you know, quote unquote, like make it okay, like that's like bullshit.
Right. I remember the very first time that I ever had like a real suicidal thought action. Like I was actively going to do it. I told my friend how I was in Minecraft. And I'm just kidding. No, fuck that.
See? Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah.
So, Zach, knowing you, I'm sure you're purely excited and have no hard feelings toward the Minecraft movie that's coming out next year.
Fuck you. Honestly, I have paid zero attention to it.
Good.
Oh,
That's probably a good thing.
Probably a good thing. Is there like a lot of? I'm sure there's some just like Star Wars, like the classic fans that grew up with like before there were creepers in Minecraft versus like the new fans that have, you know, the fucking Telltale game series and the dungeon fucking Minecraft games and all the Ender Dragon shit? Like, do they argue about it?
I don't know.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm not like well versed in it.
I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine they're just like, how dare you? Steve is supposed to have a blue shirt. Why would he have a green? There's a woman in this. Back in my Minecraft, there was 0 women. Dude.
No, I feel it. When I was like, so when I first started hearing about Minecraft from like adults, I didn't realize that I didn't really realize what it was actually, and it's kind of crazy because like. So at the time of recording this, I do want to point out, too, that you guys are on, like, your fucking 95th episode, right? That comes out this Friday?
Oh, 96.
96?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Well, the season 2 episode, episode of Visceral Musing comes out tomorrow, and Russell King was on it. And actually, Russell King, he's an artist. He does like mostly symmetry and like crazy spiritual, like hallucinogen. It's like an acid trip of a painting, all acrylic, all hand done. He doesn't do anything digital.
Shit, dude, we should get a Ratz painting, dude.
I definitely should. I think he would probably blow your mind. I'll show you when we're done. I'll show you because it hasn't been released yet. He painted the actual like title card for the episode that comes out tomorrow.
Well, I feel famous, dude. I get to look at unreleased art because we're friends with another fucking artist and podcaster. Yeah. This is cool.
But he's big into art, and he's so like. I've always been like intrigued by the way like people that do art or that can paint or even like you guys take pictures and stuff. Like you guys are we're living in the same world, but you're seeing it differently than I am. Like you're noticing things that you want to like kind of take a picture of and keep it forever, like these moments in time. And so he is big on like building a world around things or like building these like landscapes and stuff. And he was telling me about like how he gets to flex like it's like playing a video game, but he's also being super creative. Like he gets to he has like a house and a dog and shit. And
in Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft. He's got a wife and kids in Minecraft.
Yeah, instead of saying kill yourself in Minecraft. I hope you I have a wife and kids and a white picket fence.
Yeah, I had a great day. I had a great day, great work day, no problems in Minecraft.
How was your day at work, babe? I got promoted in Minecraft.
That's right. And then I dated my ex-girlfriend was also big into Minecraft, and I thought it was kind of funny because I always picture like the creeper jacket and the fedora. That's the first thing I think of, and like, but she is big into. I'm sure she still is. I'm sure all of my ex-girlfriends listen to my podcast.
they keep tabs on you 100%.
Yeah, they definitely want. The first thing they want is to hear me talk for an hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she was big into the Minecraft. I don't know what the fuck you call it. Like there's a thing that happens every year. It's like a competition type thing.
Oh, the Minecraft Hunger Games?
Kinda, yeah. Like that. It live streams on YouTube.
I think.
And I remember watching it with her once, and I didn't realize what the game actually was because I had this like very closed-minded perspective on it where I was like, dude, every fucking smelly kid that I went to school with had a Minecraft jacket. But then I realized, like these stinky kids grew up and got really good at it because like they had these like cool like paragliding things that they were doing. I didn't realize how elaborate and like intriguing the game actually was.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why like Grant had said like my friends and I now only ever do like the 2-week Minecraft sessions because we just go like, oh my god, dude, the game is so fucking different than what we're used to that we can only handle 2 weeks of it before we're like, okay, this is enough. Like this
is a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Like there's horses you can ride, but then there's like guys that have like llamas that you can trade with, and there's whole economies now, and you can like fly with wings, and there's like multiple end bosses, and it's
Well, it gets to the point where it's like I'm about to quit my fucking job and do Minecraft full time. Like I need to build a fucking base and attend to it. Like I don't got time to do this work shit.
Yeah, dude. I tried to play one recently, actually, because when Grant and I were talking about the topic that we want to do for the episode, it made me want to like get back into Minecraft. I played for like 5 minutes because I didn't sleep for I guess 2 days in a row in the game, and now there's a new enemy
in Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft. And I guess now there's a new enemy that if you don't sleep in the game, it just starts like following you around and attacking you endlessly. Yeah, and I was like, this is fucking annoying. I have no idea how to deal with this. I'm done.
That reminds me of Tamagotchis. You remember Tamagotchis?
They died all the time. That's why I don't want to be a dad.
The first time I ever played it, I didn't realize you had to clean up the Tamagotchi's poop. and I thought it had a friend. So I was like, oh, I got a little dude on my screen, and they're like, that's shit, and you need to
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever have those little stick figures that lived in a cube?
Yeah.
I know this has nothing to do with Minecraft, but I'm just...
No, yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Another reason why I know I shouldn't be a parent, because like most people would be like, I take care of these guys. I would just shake them around all the time because it was funny to watch them vomit. So
Yeah, we had like pet rocks and shit, and it was cool or like those eggs that they give you in junior high, and I kept mine alive for like an afternoon, and then it
such a
fucking
sad
broke.
rock story.
So you're saying basically what I heard a little bit ago is that you want us to design you the Visceral Musings thing for this episode in Minecraft?
I think you could, but I also think that I don't know, this hat and you wearing it, it's doing things to me.
Okay.
I think that might be good. If we could, I did call you guys the Eiffel Tower of the Arizona podcast scene. Maybe I could have you. He's got a hat
my
on.
shoulders.
Yeah, I think you could. If you guys want to give me a picture with this hat incorporated somehow,
We can put it on Tarkle.
you could put it on your head.
The little rat mascot that we have.
It
Oh, there you go.
Swallowed my boy.
Well, we could do a little bit of forced perspective. We could put him
yeah.
closer to the lens, put the hat way in the background. We're photographers, Grant.
I forgot.
But also, you did win the game, so I think in some ways you should wear it too.
Oh yeah.
You could have it. You could be completely naked and then have it around your crotch area, like kind of blurring things out, but with your hands up, and it's
And
still
Zach's
up.
holding it from underneath.
No, someone's got to take the picture, dude. You need a professional photographer.
Yeah. You're gonna have to be fully erect for this to work. So it's gonna have to
Perfect.
stay hat rack hanging up. Yeah, I like it. So my next question was: is this game like? So when I say this, and I hope you know what I mean, because you were talking about like nostalgia. And so one of the things that I associate nostalgia with, especially when it comes to video games, is like it's so oddly specific. But if I had to like draw it back to like one certain thing, fucking Modern Warfare or stuff like that was out when you were just like chilling with your buddies, you had nothing to do. We'd literally just play like zombies and shit
Yeah, endlessly.
an entire afternoon down the fucking drain.
Yeah.
And then we'd stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning. And like, that was all we did.
And it would never get boring somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder, is this game like a comfort game to you, or is it something that you feel like you've gotten to grow with since it's kind of ever changing?
At least for me, while I was like in high school, especially when like 'cause we were playing it fucking every day, my little friend group, like it was either that or Halo 3. I was really growing with it then, and then when I got out of high school, I kind of kept with it for a little bit, but as the years went by, I was just more like, you know, I got more into like going out, and I would rather spend my weekends and afternoons in any free time, you know, shooting photos or like trying to do another short film or whatever the fuck. So it kind of fell away. So I don't think it really grew with me as much, but definitely when I think back on high school, like a lot of memories just fucking around on Minecraft with my friends pop up.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like a bit of like a both. You said comfort and what else?
Like something that you got to grow with.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely like as the game got more developed with like more updates and stuff, and as I met like more people that like played or that I could get into playing or found new friend groups that also played, it kind of was like a stepping stone.
Yeah.
as well with that.
Yeah, there's like that there's that Skate 3, I think it was Skate 3, where the guy had like a computerized version of one of his friends, and his friend had like passed away, and he still like logs in to go and like skateboard with his friend. Yeah.
Wow, damn, fuck.
It's kind of sad, but
Yeah, it's like that. There was a story like that with the dude that played one of those Project Gotham racing games,
oh.
and his dad had like one of the best times on the hardest track, and so
Yeah.
it saved his like fastest lap as like a ghost car.
Oh.
And after his dad died, he would always race against it, and then he would let the ghost car win so that it wouldn't erase the ghost car if he beat it. Yeah.
See, in like one of the things too, like, and I actually got a lot of insight from, because you weren't there for this one, but when you had Josh on the pod for Desert Ratz, I've been listening to it when I'm at the gym to like kind of understand you guys a little bit better, because I thought Josh was
so funny.
yeah.
So many people listen to us at the gym. It's hilarious.
I like having you right in my ear when I'm like, it makes me feel like I need to push harder. But I was listening to the episode with you and Josh talking about like retro video games, and kind of like it actually kind of reminds me like with Minecraft. kind of like those, like, like older commercials, because Josh was talking about this. Older commercials have this like weird, like almost like empty feeling that it like evokes in you in a way. And that's sort of kind of like the feeling that I get when I think about these types of video games where I spent like countless hours playing them with people that I don't even talk to anymore. And like, cause Minecraft wasn't really the one for me, but like, again, this is my show, your episode. So this is entirely up to you. But no, it just reminds me of that. Like, it's like a happy, sad feeling that I get when I think about those kinds of days, especially like when I think about Dragon Ball Z. That was the one for me.
Yeah. I definitely, I feel like other video games, I'm like, damn, I wasted my fucking like time playing that one.
Yeah.
But Minecraft, I'm like, damn, there's like so many good memories from that. That's always the thing that sticks out to me. Like the different relationships I've like made through Minecraft, like online and shit, and the different servers I've played on over time.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that we did this.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I like, Minecraft, like I have like a lot of genuine like proud moments that I can't really say the same for other games, that I've like felt like genuinely proud of myself. Like in the early days of Minecraft on console, for whatever reason, you like if you took away a source block of water, it didn't actually remove the rest of the water. So if you wanted to build something underground, you had to like by hand place a block to remove that individual space of water. And like, so you would have to like build the skeleton of something underwater and then by hand again in survival. So going up for like breaths and not dying, like fill in a block and, of your little cave or whatever that you made to delete the water and whatever. Like it would take a long process back in the day when I first started playing it to build like an underwater base. Like it would take fucking forever. And I spent like a week of like actually planning out of how I was going to like build the base and then building it and then getting all the water out and like, making like a cool little like underground minecart trail thing that had like a cool little entrance to it. And at the end of it, I showed it to my friends and they were all like, what the fuck? Like, you built this? This is crazy. And I was like, wow, man, I feel like I actually built something. Like, I feel like I did some shit. Like, this is cool. I felt really, I was like, wow. And that was like, I was a sophomore in high school. I felt so proud of myself.
This is this is another thing too, because like again, I'm not very well versed in like the world of video games, but the more I've gotten to know people, especially creative types that started in that play a lot of video games, that's where their sense of like competition or like victory or like self-respect almost started to come from, because they weren't like actively getting that in like other areas where they weren't as good, and then they found out they were really good at this one thing and they got really good at it. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. I can remember. I mean, I don't want to say like by name or anything because I don't know how they would feel about it. But one of my friends, not that they weren't good at anything in high school, because they definitely were, but when they found out just how good they were at like Call of Duty, and that they could go like 60-0 in a lobby multiple times in a row. I mean, I pretty much kissed goodbye seeing that dude anymore after school for like a year.
Yeah. You didn't see him online?
He was just like he became, again, not that it was like a bad thing or toxic or like whatever, but there was like a solid year of his life where he just sweated being the best COD player. So if you were like in an actual game and you were talking and it was affecting his like, he was getting killed.
He took it seriously.
Yeah, he'd be like, comms? Guys, clear the mics. Like, okay, bro.
I want to know. I'll redact it. What's the first name?
I really. You promise you'll redact it?
Yeah.
Redacted.
That's funny. All right. Well, here's my takeaway. Usually, I like to do a final thoughts, and like where I'll take time and I'll write it out and I'll try to highlight key points. But what I can really take away from it is like, especially from hearing you guys talk about it, is I don't really have my own personal response to it. But what I wanted to know was like, the whole point of the podcast is not so much like, what do I care about? I want to know, because like, there's certain things, like if it's an album or a movie or a video game or like something that you had never heard of before, like fucking, it could be negative. It could be like nihilism or some shit that you'd never actually heard of. And then like after you were introduced to this thing, like the next day and then for the rest of your life, you were different. And so one of the things that I'm taking away from like you guys talking about Minecraft is like, it built not only like a sense of community, but it also like it furthered your development in like I like how you were saying it feels like I actually achieved something, even though it's like it's trivial or it's like it's not like a real thing, but it is. If it's real to you, then it's real. And so I like that your takeaway being a 27-year-old man sitting in your guest bedroom with a stranger is like you can.
Stranger. I've known you since 6th grade. What are you talking about?
But like sitting back and looking at it is like it's crazy to think like that this game has like this impact on you that like because I'm sure back then when it first came out, like when we were just like fucking, like little shits in high school, like you weren't thinking about like, oh, I'm going to be talking about this on a podcast 13 years from now.
Oh yeah, no, dude, we were playing Minecraft talking about like what girls we were into and shit, like,
and then building them in Minecraft.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, boobies, look.
I like how you're shaking your head. Is that was I onto something with that
Bring
one?
back memories.
That's good.
Dude, there's one like embarrassing Minecraft story that I've just been dying to share.
All right, cool.
So
I'm on board.
It's kind of tangentially related to Minecraft.
Okay.
So senior year of high school, I was pretty much not going to Mormon class anymore, seminary class.
You fucking piece of shit.
I just like skipped it all the time. I never went.
Oh,
and
God. I'm sure that you still get like letters and reminders.
Yeah. My mom actually brought it up recently. But my mom, I guess, invited like my seminary teacher at one point, like after school one day, and like he like randomly came over. And my mom answered the door and sent him to my room, and I was just playing Minecraft with my friends at the time. But we were on our like, I can't remember what we named the world, but we were on like a world that we would make like basically like people fucking or like giant tits or like there was one person that was like literally bending over and spreading open their butt cheeks to show their asshole.
Fuck yeah.
And so he walks in, I'm not expecting him at all, and all of a sudden the fucking church leader I never see is just, Brother Perkins, and just looks at the screen with like this smiling man with his like dick in his hand, and I was like, I'm just playing. I'm just building stuff with my friends on Minecraft, and he was like, "Okay, I see you're busy, and I will hopefully see you in class tomorrow." And then he just left. And my mom has never talked to me about it.
Really?
She's never brought it up. I don't know if he said anything, but she didn't ask why he just walked into my room and then left.
That reminds me of we were talking about that one time outside of some fucking, I think it was one of these fucking open mics we were at. We were talking about like how when kids did shit, like when you jacked off or whatever, you had to tell your bishop about it or whatever. Like you had to tell on yourself or touching yourself. What about you? Okay, so
Yeah.
I want to know, so since we're getting to the tail end of this, the Minecraft portion of the episode, what are your final thoughts, Grant?
I think even if you don't have like a connection to Minecraft, you don't have that 2-week Minecraft phase that you can go back to. I think it's important to revisit like something every once in a while in your life that like brings you nostalgia that you can connect to and like trigger memories of your past, and especially even more powerful when you're doing it with like people that you've had these nostalgic memories with, to like look back on old times and just go back into like when things were simpler and you didn't have to worry about all the shit that's plaguing you at the moment. It's a good time to like ground yourself,
That's beautifully put.
Yeah, very beautifully put.
And Zach, your final thoughts on Minecraft?
Honestly, a lot like Grant said, it's aside from just like
good luck topping that one.
Yeah, the perfect way to like when you can't top something, to piggyback off of exactly what he said.
I agree completely.
Yeah, 100%.
To echo that thought,
but it all to echo that thought. Aside from it being like just like a fun game, it is a beautiful way to like revisit those old times with friends, because if you can get your friends together, and I would suggest this if you can, and if it's possible, I have no idea, but you can like revisit old save files with worlds that you had with friends and go back to like, projects that you never got to finish. And there's very few things in life where you actually get to like if you left something unfinished, that you get to go back and fucking finish it with that person. And I think that is a beautiful thing that everyone should have the opportunity to experience.
Yeah. No, that was beautifully put. to piggyback off of that, I actually wrote when I came up with the idea for honestly though. So the first 3 guests to this season, quote unquote season, have been Josh Reedhead. Thank God for Josh Reedhead. He did the inaugural episode of this season, and then I had Russell King for the second episode, and then you guys are number 3.
And then us guys.
Yeah, and honestly, all like the 3 of you guys were like, well, I guess 4 of you guys, but like dream guests. So it was really cool. And I really appreciate it. But to kind of like to really like actually piggyback off of that thought is when I wrote the actual game that we played today, the porn star pen name. That was when I came up with Visceral Musings. This was me when I was collaborating back and forth with a couple of my friends when I was like. Yeah. I don't know, maybe 21, not 21, 23, 24, somewhere in that. Yeah, I love it. It looks so good. 24 was when I came up with the idea for the podcast. I didn't actually get anywhere with it, and then it just kind of sat. And I was thinking about this game today when I was like trying to put it back together, and I was like, I wonder what 24-year-old Cody was thinking about when I came up with the idea for the game. So I dig out my old notebook, because everything I do is in a notebook, and then like there it is, like that was my world that I got to like dig back into a little bit. So it was kind of cool that I did finish it. I'm 27 now. I finished the game and I brought it to you guys, and you actually liked it. So I think in a way that's validating for 24-year-old me, because I never thought it was going to actually go anywhere.
Dude, you made your inner 24-year-old child smile today. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Tess Tickle would be proud.
And so would Chuck Tingle. All right. So the one thing that I like to do with every single one of the guests that I have on the show, which is it's called the top 3. So it can be music, video games, TV shows, movies, whatever you're into right now. What are your top 3? Let's start with, usually Grant's the most prepared for the questions. Let's go with Grant.
Damn.
Oh, I think it was your torch.
Top 3.
Top 3. What are you into right now?
Oh man, ice cream flavors maybe.
Oh, you do that? This is fucking perfect. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
I've been really fucking with that lactated cookies and cream because I can eat that and it won't make me shit my brains out afterwards.
Respect. Yeah.
So I fucking love that. So that's probably sitting there at like top number 2. Top 3. I just got this Blue Bunny of vanilla and chocolate swirled. They're literally like swirled together in the fucking carton, and that just brings me joy.
Is that number 1? You said
that's the third one, and then
third one. Okay.
Now drum roll, please, for the number 1 ice cream. I gotta say it goes to the Baskin Robbins cotton candy.
Ooh.
They got that in that pint flavor, and that's a temptation right there. I can't resist.
That is a solid number 1 that will give you a liquid number 2. Zach, top 3.
Top 3. Okay. Let's see. Well, now I feel under pressure because Grant went a completely 180 fucking direction with it.
And that, I will point out too, that's fucking genius. Because most of the time when I ask people, you can give me a broad spectrum of things. Like it's really up to interpretation. I will say no one's been creative and like to the point where they're just like, you know what, fucking ice cream flavors, let's go. Because I really appreciate that. That's dope.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go top 3 mental illnesses.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So at number 3, I think schizophrenia is definitely up there. It's a lot of horror like villains are usually schizophrenic.
Right. That's funny. We were talking about I was talking about this. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, myself and my best friend Rhodey were talking about. Schizophrenia, and then number 2, I think because it's fitting that it would be number 2 and not number 1, depression. I feel is up there, and then it's either a split between like narcissism or imposter syndrome. I think they tie for first.
I don't have narcissism, I don't think, because I'm usually the best at everything.
Okay. Yeah. So you have most humble in the world syndrome.
Yeah, I'm usually super humble and grateful for everything. I definitely think that I suffer from like imposter syndrome though.
Yeah, I think
most days.
I think anyone that does a podcast absolutely suffers from imposter syndrome.
Right, and I'm going to disagree with your ranking, and I'm going to put anxiety at number 1.
Really?
If your list works in the sense that like like your pain level from a 1 to 10, like 10 being the worst, 10 being number 1,
Yeah, number one would be like
Anxiety for me, then depression number 2.
anxiety. See, it's not for like I just think in general.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And then my biggest though that I suffer from, my top 3 mental illnesses that I personally have: anxiety, depression, and obsessive compulsive disorder.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't give my top 3. That would be way too sad. If I gave my actual ones, that'd be crushing.
On that note, so concludes the season 2, episode 3 of Visceral Musings. 23. That's right. What are your guys' socials? Like Instagram?
Well, we have a social for our podcast. It's a Desert Ratz podcast, and it's on Instagram.
Real simple.
Yeah.
Check out my personal Instagram, focus push button.
All right. And what is yours?
And then my personal is _ and then cherry35.
I like it.
35. Oh, and the Desert Ratz podcast, the Ratz has a Z, by the way.
Yeah. Keep that in mind. Every single time that you've heard us say it, just go back, listen to the episode over again, and then just remind yourself with a Z.
Yeah, with a Z.
Rats with a Z. Follow Visceral Musings Pod at Visceral Musings Pod on Instagram, on Facebook, or wherever you reside in the fucking metaverse zeitgeist. Follow me on Instagram at That Roller Pig. We will see you guys next Wednesday for a new episode. And thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. You guys absolutely fucking killed it.
Thanks for having us on.
All right. Take us to the intro music.